Recording in progress. Graph is back, and Graph is with
Jade.
Hey, Jade. Now, today we're going to do a little bit more TA, and I'm going to talk a little bit about manipulation, because a lot of people on the YouTube have been talking about manipulation as the reason why things go down, and they do this because they have no idea what's happening. So there's no such thing as manipulation. Manipulating the price happens if people buy and sell. That's not manipulation, that's playing the game. So we already knew from our previous research on Bitcoin that when you have long wicks like this, or like this one here, somebody is selling. Now that is an awful lot of people. Right? Some of those people might like to push the price down, of course. But the intelligent person would just be taking profit. Now, taking profit, if you have a lot of coins, will push the price down. But everybody has to do it, or a huge percentage of people. And they do. A lot of the people with all the money will take profit in many different places. And they will do them in intelligent places. Like this line here was a very intelligent place to take profit. You can see when we wicked here, we had all this previous price action. So people simply just took profit and they haven't bought back in yet because the manipulation, as I call it, hasn't ended. The smart money is taking profit here and now the stupid money is taking over and they're selling as well. Now we've been hearing a lot of FUD. I don't really listen to the FUD. I wouldn't be the kind of person to ask about the FUD, but I know there's lots of China FUD and FUD to do with the Fed and their interest rates and all this jazz and loads of other things. This FUD comes around every single time the price goes down because people are just looking for a reason to explain why the price went down. Jade, why did the price go down?
Price went down because Bitcoin went down.
We're talking about Bitcoin. Why did Bitcoin's price go down?
Because everybody sold. Because
somebody was selling, somebody was taking profit. And if you're not taking profit, you're the person who's going to end up either doing nothing, which is great, hodl and do nothing, that's fine. But you also open up yourself to the possibility of deciding to sell late. Now, in many cases, you get away with it. So ideally, you want to be selling on this wick here or this wick. But if you miss it and it came down here, you can get away with it. You can still sell some, much like over here. If you missed all these wicks, this wick still got you up just as high. There's lots of time, most of the time. And even if you sold up here, that would be great before it all collapsed. But when we're coming down this far, if anyone is selling now, this is when we should be buying. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you price will not go down further. I think it will. I think it might go down to here very easily on the weekly candles. And wicks can certainly come down lower than this. But in that sense, you would be buying dollar cost averaging. You would buy a little here, and if it goes down, buy a little more. If it goes down, buy a little more. But talking about manipulation as a reason for price to change, or even talking about FUD, the fact of the matter is, when price goes up, the people who don't know what they're talking about tell you about good news. And when price goes down, the people who don't know what they're talking about tell you about bad news. Now, of course, there are exceptions, but you can have that are called black swan events, or maybe they're called white swans. I think they're black swans. And that could bring a total economic crash to the whole planet. And we can look out for those things, of course, but trying to preempt them can be difficult, and we will end up just selling here. So the best scenario to get away with not having to deal with these things is to take profit up here. And then you can just sit back and wait. Bitcoin takes weeks to make actual moves. So you can sell up here and wait. And if you hear lots of FUD about China or somebody else, you go, I won't buy back for a while. I will continue to wait. But it's too late to sell, because the moment you sell, who are you selling to? You're probably going to be selling to the person who bought up here and they're ready to re-enter the market. Now, what I've taken out is not going back in here. I might put it back in for this leg into some alts, because this could be another week. I get a good week of trades in here. I'll consider it, but I'll definitely be waiting to see how far we come down here on the retest to go back in. Because if we were to have these black swan events, they would come by failing to test this as support, failing to hold it and going under it. Now that means there's no need to buy yet. If you're worried about any black swan events and you sold here, great, sit back and relax. If you haven't sold, we don't sell on red candles. Selling on red candles is when we go green. We would have to be very intelligent expert traders to get away with selling down in these levels. Now, if it came to pass that it looked like we were going to lose this support, then selling would be something I would consider. But looking like losing this support does not involve losing the support. We would lose the support first and come back up. And then I could make more decisions on whether I think we were going to go all the way down. We're not just going to go down and disappear. There's far too much buying power in the market at the moment. And I feel like there's very little chance that we would pass this buy line. Here is a lot of great support. And if we were to pass these things, the bull run would end. People don't want to end the bull run. Bull runs always end. It can be difficult to spot when it's going to end. But for me, there's a year left on the bull run. So considering the end now would go against all of my plans. So I feel like it's important to lay out a plan of where you think the market is and where it's going to, and stick to that plan. And when price goes up or down, you go, hey, this is not manipulation. This is price going up and down. This is what we expect. When it goes up, we take some profit. When it goes down, we can put some profit back in. That's it. And there's no need to panic. There's no need to sell. Even if we think that this could come down, it's going to come back up first. And then we can decide to sell. If you want to sell someone, we get some green days or a green week. That makes perfect sense. But selling on the way down is just, it's not what an intelligent investor would do. You try and sell on the green candles. I understand if we were to look at a monthly chart, we would have a green candle, but we don't really use monthly charts for that kind of thing. It would be a little bit too difficult. So really, I just wanted to explain to everybody that manipulation is not really a thing. It sounds like it is. People talk about it a lot, but it's simply intelligent traders taking profit, followed by not so intelligent traders selling at a loss. And the people who sell at the loss are actually the ones who we could blame for manipulating the market. Because if they didn't sell, we wouldn't keep going down. But it's when everybody who thinks someone else has manipulated the market are like, oh no, the market is being manipulated. I shall be an intelligent trader and sell now to save my money. They're the ones who bring it down further. Not China, not the Fed. It is panic sellers who are fearful. I think the fear and greed X is in the low 20s today. And people are like, oh no, my money's going down. I better sell it at a loss. Doesn't sound like something an intelligent trader would do. So I try not to worry about manipulation. If we manage to sell a percentage of our portfolio or a percentage of some of our coins, when the candles are green, we don't have to worry about how far down it goes. Of course, we're always open to losing money. This is the game. If you're not open to losing money, how are you going to make any money? This price is just going to go up and down. I'll leave it at that. Remember, this was not financial advice, but for me and for Jade.
Hey.
Where do we sell, Jade?
We sell at the top.
We sell at the top. Well, that would be great.
The green.
We don't try to sell at the top too much. We sell on green candles.
The green candle.
Okay. Now, of course, with extra TA, we are able to figure out sometimes where the top might be. I was able to sell some on this wick. I think I wasn't at the computer when we got to 53, which was my target-ish, and I ended up a little bit lower somewhere in this area. Well, no, I think it was 52, so maybe up here a good bit when I got some of my profit out. And now this is the next profit goal for me when we reach here. Now, of course, I might take little bits of sums of money out here and there as we move along. But for me, they will be small moves that I would want to be buying back in. As you see, this is just a general projection of where we might go. It's not very accurate. I think this is, maybe we should be a little bit higher, but I'm going to leave those there and move them as we move because there's no need. This one I think could be reasonably accurate. And this one, not on time, by the way, just on prices. We'll break out. There's a little bit of space left around 47 and it's top of the cloud. And we'll go down, okay? So remember, we don't worry about manipulation. We sell on green, we buy on red. If we want to sell it on red, we just wait. There's going to be some green somewhere. You'll always get, even if you end up getting a worse price. Let's say we got red, and we got some green, and it's over here. It's a better place to sell when the candle is green. Now, I wouldn't sell that quickly because we generally get a lot of candles of the same color in a row very regularly, as you can see in the chart. So once we turn green, which we will, price will go back up. And if you hadn't sold previously and you wanted a panic sell, now it's time to think about taking intelligent profit. Okay? Not advice, but do it. All right, goodbye, everybody. I'll be right back. I'm going to do another episode with a little bit of technical analysis. We're going to draw in some of these lines that I have here on the new graph that we've been working with together. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Everybody can still hear.